Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc., the channel all about bringing you as much nerdy content as possible. Today for you, I'm doing a mobile game review of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So I have played this game pretty extensively. I stopped playing it probably late last summer, just because at the time I just was burned out on Star Wars. I'm such a huge fan of it. So I kind of reached that point where I got tired of Star Wars in general and moved on to Dragon Village M. So that's when all my Dragon Village M videos started. But I do want to review this game for you guys. This will be a quick review. I will also be posting a very in-depth review of this game in another video after this one that'll be a lot longer. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoy what you see here, then consider going and watching that video as well to really see what all this game has to offer. Alright, I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into this review. As always, if you're new to the channel, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I'm always trying to put out a mobile game review video a couple times a month, as well as guides for mobile games that I am pretty good at, so that way they can be helpful for you. I will not be doing a guide to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, as there are very set in stone YouTubers that are great at this already and have a mountain of information for this game already that they put out every single month and they're very dedicated to it. So check those guys out if you really enjoy this game. Even I have gone and watched them and that have helped me in this game as well. So check them out. All right. Also, if you really enjoy what I do, consider supporting me on Patreon. I'll have a link in the description below. If you go there, you can and support me through that. You can get access to the Discord server where we talk about mobile games and we get together and we talk about strategies and that sort of thing to help each other to get through any sort of situation that we're being confronted with. If you're not really a fan of forums, this is a much better option to go to, as it's a lot more instant on your responses than having to wait around for forum commenters to come back to you. So consider looking that up. All right, let's see what this game's got for us. All right, so what this game is one of your typical team building sorts of games. So you have your different characters, which in this case is going to be all your Star Wars characters, and it is super diverse. I can pull up the characters here, show you what I've got, and then just show you what else is out there and all the different options that you can have, right? So, you got your standard stuff: Emperor Palpatine, Darth Vader. We got the characters from Star Wars Rebels. We've got the new heroes here from the new trilogy, as well as we got Darth Nihilus from the PC games with Darth Sion here, Boba Fett. So you got all your main staples here, and plus like extras as well. So you have like generic Geonosian soldier and Night Sister Spirit, as well as other characters that I'm not even aware of who they are. Like, it's that extensive, and I'm a pretty avid Star Wars fan, so having just all these characters to choose from in this game, and they all have different varying levels and rarity and stuff. So take a look at this, for example. Emilian Holdo here, she only takes 25 of these shards to unlock her, while his Jedi Knight Anakin takes 80. So clearly, it takes he's going to be a lot better because it takes a lot more to make him, right? So and there we are at the end of that's the whole list there that I went through of all the characters. It is pretty extensive. I played this game for a year, super dedicated, had 2 accounts, and I couldn't even get close to even half the characters. So you just got to pick the characters you really want and then focus on those and unlock those and power them up. So that's kind of what you do. And so we're going to jump in here to a battle just so you can see how the flow of it goes. So it divides it up. There's light side and dark side. Light side, you only use light side characters. Dark side, you use only dark side characters. Pretty standard stuff here. We're gonna jump in here, and this I have a chance of unlocking Jango Fett, so that's why I'm gonna do this. I don't really play the game anymore, but I do keep it on my phone as I might go back to this whenever I'm in that mood again to get back deep into Star Wars. I'd love to play it again. So we're gonna pick a ally here. So this is another player's character that they have that's leveled up. So I'm gonna get someone that's gonna be really strong. Let's see. Jedi allies. I don't have many Jedi allies. More Jedi allies. I wish I had. Oh, here we go. Rebel allies. We'll do Wedge here. So I'm going to use a team of all Rebels here. This is the team from the show Star Wars Rebels. So Rebels, this is the Phoenix Squadron. So they all work together as a good unit. And they all work together. All their skills actually benefit each other because that's what they do. That's what the leadership ability is for one of the characters. Is they all get to share each other's special ability, which is super cool. So just like your standard team building, so it'll be your group versus their group. It does look terrible on the PC for some reason. It looks a lot better on my phone. Here we're gonna call in Wedge. He's gonna do this big AOE, and then we'll throw some rocks. There we go. See, and then you progress to the next stage. Pretty standard stuff here. You're gonna have your multiple skills that you can choose from. They all do different things. You want to play them out at a certain moment at the right stuff. Like one might be strip all buffs off of an enemy, so you're gonna want to use that skill on an enemy like a tank that's taunting your whole team, so forcing your whole team to attack that one character. Well, let's remove the taunt buff off of them, and then we can go and change our attack to their healer. Okay, let's finish this up and get to the next level here. And I'm just doing basic attacks just because these guys are pretty simple. We're gonna get to the final encounter here with the boss. This is gonna be Count Dooku with all of his droids. So I can select different targets here. So say I wanted Zeb. He's going to come over here and attack this guy. Oh, and then we got an extra boost here. So I've got this guy. He's going to ask Wedge to come join him. There we go. So he called in an ally to attack, then attacked him for himself. Let's turn the speed down a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on. We're going to taunt. There we go. We got that taunt debuff. And so he called in an ally, then attacked him also, and he had an ability that when he attacks, he has a chance to attack again. So he did that, and then the whole team has an ability where whenever one of their allies attacks, they have a very low chance of also attacking. So we got actually 4 people to do, or 4 attacks in just one move there, which is pretty cool. Calling this big AoE, he's a really buffed up character that they've got, so he does a lot of damage. Alright, and yeah, we got this in the bag, no problem. Chopper there getting doing his thing. He is our tank, so he's doing what he's supposed to do. And then we'll shoot. There we go. So combat is relatively simple. It does get pretty challenging though. The enemies start doing crazy damage, so you gotta start working in your stuns. Certain characters, they'll have a higher chance of stunning, so you want to go in and stun right before they do their big attack, so when the enemy's turn comes, they can't hit you back. And just working different strategies to get through different scenarios. Some are like that was relatively easy with no problems, but others can be pretty extensive, especially in PvP, which this game is very big on, is Squad Arena. You get some really good rewards from Squad Arena, so it's really beneficial to do your Squad Arena every day because you get a lot of the money currency, so these gems up here that you would normally have to spend actual money on. If you do Squad Arena, you get rewards for those. I think it's every day, so if you score high enough in the ladder there. What else does this game have? So it has Galactic War over here, which is going to be your typical tower climb. It resets I'm pretty sure it's every day it resets, and you have to go through and clear the different levels, and then once you get to the end, you get the final reward. It has really good rewards for that. Cantina battles is just like a conglomeration of the light and dark side battles. You can mix and match your teams together and you just get different rewards compared to these up front, the light side and dark side. But what really makes this game so special, I think, is not only is it Star Wars, which is super cool, it does the 3D models, and the 3D models look pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with them. The combat, while it is kind of the standard turn-based, pick one of 3 skills to do something, that doesn't feel super unique to itself, but it is challenging in that you have to really think about your team building sometimes and your different combinations to make a really good team that works really well together. So, and there's plenty of guides online for that sort of thing, for good team combinations. Sometimes it's as simple as, okay, well, all these guys were in this movie together or this TV show, and I'll just put all of them on a team together. That actually is a pretty sound strategy in itself. Such as like all the Resistance characters from all the new trilogy. You throw those guys on a team together, and they actually work really well together, and their strategy is very cohesive. But moving on from that, one of the cool things is this game has ships. So it's Star Wars, and there's ships all in Star Wars, right? Well, there's like a whole second half of this game with just the ships in it. So not only are you team building with the different characters from this whole franchise, but then you jump over here in this whole other room, which is the fleets, the ship battles, which is super cool. So I'm going to jump in here. We're going to try to get the Slave 1 piece here. He's seeing a theme. I got a Jango Fett, now I'm trying to get the Slave 1. So you're going to build your team just like you would with the characters, but this time it's with the ships. Alright, so what we got here is our 3 main, and you can have up to 5 on the field at once, but you start out with 3, and your reinforcements down here, you can bring them in later on, and they have different abilities when they fly in as a reinforcement that gives them more buffs. Like the Millennium Falcon, it gets like a whole bunch of dodges that it gets for free whenever it comes in. But also, you have your big command ship here. So I've got Grand Moff Tarkin in his Star Destroyer with the team here. Okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and turn on Auto Battle for this. It's the same premise. You're going to have your different skills in the bottom right-hand corner, picking your different targets and shooting at the right times, right? So then here comes Tarkin. He's going to do a big old blast here and attack all the enemy ships at once. So that's pretty cool. But so yes, the same premise. It's just a whole second part of the game. So a new way to gain rewards, gain gems. So if you're trying to save up and you're for more characters and you need more gems, and you don't want to spend real money, then jumping into ships is a good way to do it. Unfortunately, you have to be kind of high level to unlock ships, which I never agreed with. I didn't think that was the best call to making it such a late game thing. I feel like it was like level 40 or 50 before you unlocked. So you're like playing the game for like a month, month and a half, 2 months even before you unlock ships. So that didn't seem exactly fair to me. I thought it should have been much earlier, like maybe level 25. So right when you start mastering how to use the game and the characters and team building, then it brings in something new. So yeah, so that's what this whole section is all the different ships. Oh, I will show you the different ships before I move on. Some pretty iconic stuff here. We got, X-Wings and Jedi Starfighters. These are going to be, they even got Lando's Falcon now. These 4 right here are your big command ships that you can have, which is pretty awesome. There's Darth Maul's ship, probably one of my favorite ships in the entire Star Wars universe. So ships aren't as fleshed out. There's not as many of them, but whenever I played, I had been playing for a while when ships came out, so they're still kind of like less than a year old, I want to say. But even since I stopped playing back late summer, they have added a whole bunch of new ships that I hadn't seen before. So it's not something that they've just forgotten about. They implemented it, and they keep bringing in new things and doing more with it, which is cool. All right, and I want to point out this game is not really pay to win. It's very much you're dedicated, you're gonna get rewarded for your dedication. You want to keep trying. You want to join your clan, your guild, that sort of thing. I think it's guilds, yeah. So you can go join a guild. What guilds does, it gives you access to raids. So what guilds do is they'll start a raid, and it'll, depending on the difficulty, there'll be a timer or no timer. If there is a timer, then what that usually means is for everyone that contributed, depending on how much damage you did, there'll be like, you know, first place, second place, that sort of thing within the guild, and it goes in a ranking structure, and you get rewards, and the top players can get shards for making very, very powerful characters. So like Han Solo, just classic A New Hope. Han Solo is the very basic one from the Rancor, who is the first raid that the whole guild works together to beat. And he's super good. Like he gets as soon as the fight starts, his one of his skills is called Han shoots first, and it's just he pulls out and shoots before anyone else can even go in the game, and it does a lot of damage if you build it right. So he's super good. You get Jedi Knight, Clone Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi as the second raid, and then Darth Traya as the last I saw. She was the most recent raid, and it was super hard. The guild I was in at the time couldn't even do it. They've got multiple tiers of adventure modes. You have your basic one, which is divided into two, as well as Cantina battles, which if you look up here, you have multiple different types of energy. So just because you burn through one doesn't mean you can't go do another, which I like. So you have your basic one, your basic adventure mode, your Cantina one, and then you have your ship energy. So there's always something to do. You're always going to have energy in this game, which is great. So you can play this game a lot and not, you know, burn your energy. It's like, well, I'm done playing this and for another 8 hours. You can usually jump in here and play at any time because there's always going to be something. Good PvP that's not pay to win. I think that's pretty awesome. So many games these days are so pay to win. Galactic War, I mean, that's your other staple right there, your tower climb, and that's daily, which is pretty cool. So you get a lot of rewards for that if you can do that daily. And then moving on, the ship battle, which is super great. Oops, not mean to click that. So the ships open up like just double the whole atmosphere, right? So you get all new adventure mode and PvP and everything. So that's great. And there's always events going on in this game. You can kind of track them. So there's like super characters that you can unlock. Jedi Training Rey, she is an event character, right? Or Emperor Palpatine. The only way to unlock him is if you come in here and his event is up, and his event comes like once every 3 months. So if you want this character, you need to be kind of dedicated. You can't just jump in and be like, I want Emperor Palpatine, and go right to his level and beat that level a whole bunch, and boom, you have him. No, you have to build up your rebel team, because only rebels can go into the event. You can only use rebel characters, and then you have to do the difficulties. And once you do enough, like I think it's like the first 3, like the basic 3 difficulties, and then you can unlock Emperor Palpatine in his very basic form. And then you have more advanced tiers, which is super cool. My internet's going out. That's not good. Alright, so yeah, prime example, Rey's Journey is up. So this is how you earn Jedi Training Rey. And I haven't even done this one yet, even when I was playing, because you need certain characters. You need Rey, Finn, and BB-8. And you have to have them at 6 stars. So just unlocking them in their basic level 3 or 4 star versions isn't enough. So you got to power them up. And so you're going to come through and complete these different tiers here. And this plays out like the movie does, which is pretty cool. I don't think I ever did BB-8. I think that's my problem. Yeah, I only ever did that one. Because you need a first order team to unlock BB-8. See what's going on here? So it's like kind of like a step ladder. You got to unlock BB-8 as a very powerful character, and power him up. But the only way to do that is if you have a first order team, and then you see where I'm going. Then you got to build up that first order team. So then you got to go figure out where to go to get all those different characters to make that really good team. But that's kind of how the game operates, and I find it super fun. I think this game has all the elements that a good turn-based mobile RPG game has. Games like Summoner's War, that is kind of the defining role model for these types of games. It has like everything that you want in a mobile game like this, and I think Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes just competes with it very, very well. And part of it brings in people because it's Star Wars, but at times it also kind of deters people, I feel, because it's Star Wars. Because some people just do not like Star Wars, and everyone has their own opinions. They can be wrong. I'm just kidding. But yeah, everyone has their own opinion. So if you don't like Star Wars, you don't have to play it. There's other games out there that meet the same level of achievement as this game does. So if you don't like Star Wars, don't worry about it. If you do like Star Wars and you like these type of games, play this. Just telling you right now, play this. You will enjoy it if you are into this style of play. Okay? It's a lot of fun. All right. If you like this video and you want to see more content where I cover this a little more in depth, all these different things, I'll have posted another video later that's even longer than this one. I know this one kind of stretched on. I meant for it to be a lot shorter than it ended up being, but I will have a longer one that goes a lot more in depth. So check that out. But please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel. I'm always trying to put out mobile game reviews and mobile game strategy guides for games that I feel that I'm really good at, and this is definitely one of them. So, but unfortunately, this game's kind of covered pretty well by other great YouTubers. So if you need help on this game, check them out. I'm sure they'll have the information that you're looking for. All right. But with that, we'll see you in the next video.